Johannesburg is a pot of gold. It's a land of dreams. I remember when I grew up in KZN, I always had a dream to come to Johannesburg, to fulfill my dreams, to make a future for myself and my family. My name is Dalu Cele. I'm the founder of Clean City SA. I had an opportunity in Johannesburg to work for 3 major banks situated in the inner city of Joburg. At that time, we were able to go out with colleagues to have coffee during the day, during breaks, have lunches in the inner city of Joburg, and sometimes with the friends at night, go out and have a good time. But over time, unfortunately, there has been decay and a lot of littering in and around the inner city of Joburg. So that's why I founded Clean City SA, to deal with the inequality of waste. If you look at the suburban areas, they are clean, tidy, and neat. But if you look at the inner city of Johannesburg, parts of it are still dirty, full of littering and illegal dumping sites. So this is not a good state of affairs. So that's why Clean City SA is here to deal with that particular problem. As an organization, we've created something magic out there. We are based in Randburg, where we do our cleanups, we do the sorting of waste for recycling purposes. We work in the inner city of Johannesburg. We work in the communities of Alexandra and Diepsloot. So today I'm not alone. I'm with Mpho Moleya, who's Miss Earth Semi-Finalist. Welcome, Mpho. Good to have you here.
Thank you so much for having me.
Great. Mpho, if you could just tell us more about who you are and just a little bit about your journey with Miss Earth South Africa.
All right, so I joined Miss Earth South Africa this year simply because I haven't been involving myself in the community as much as I used to. So I wanted to get in touch with that, and the best way that I know how, and the thing that sparked my interest the most, was to work with the environment and work with the community. And that's why I joined Miss Earth South Africa, is for me to start on this journey and also encourage and empower others to also be part of the community and work for the community and work through building a better environment for ourselves. Yeah.
Oh, that's wonderful, Mpho. I think at the time when you got in touch with us, you got in touch at the right time.
Yeah.
When we are actually planning this first episode of Action for Cleanup and Recycling. So, and the fact that you'd like to work within communities, I think our collaboration together is going to be absolutely amazing.
Yeah.
Just tell me a little bit about now your journey with Miss Earth. How has been your experience?
My experience has been great so far, because Miss Earth South Africa is not only about the beauty side of things. Yes, that part does interest me, but it's not only about that. It's about the advocacy part, you advocating for the environment, right? And the environment, the planet, does not only consist of just the planet. It consists of the people that live in it, the people who actually take care of it. So I've been able to learn how to take care of the environment, take care of the people through the Miss Earth South Africa Leadership Program. And it has been fun. I've dug up and planted trees. I have planted veggies for schools. I have been part of cleanups, and it has been very interesting and very fun, and it was great to learn.
Oh, that's wonderful. Yeah. So Miss Earth South Africa is not only just about beauty, but it's actually just getting out there and getting your hands dirty.
Yes.
So I just want to just look at maybe at the community level, the neighborhoods that we have. How would, in your experience or in what you've seen, the neighborhoods that are infested with littering and illegal dumping, how has your experience been?
It has been really sad, because your environment inspires who you are, and being able to walk out and seeing litter just by your house or even just driving by and seeing that litter everywhere, it is discouraging. And the people who live in those communities as well don't like the situation. So we need to find better ways to work with the environment and better systems that we can put in place to make sure that the dumping does not happen.
Yes, it's quite unfortunate if you look at it. So one of the reasons, I mean, this littering inequality in our communities is really not a good thing for us, and the impact that has. So in your view, if you look at the various aspects of community activity, how would you maybe encourage the participation of young people to improve their communities in terms of the outlook of littering and illegal dumping?
Yeah. Majority of what I've learned, especially being through school, high school, varsity, and just being taught about the environment, is that I've learned that I usually learn what I learn at school and then I leave it at school. The best way for us to better the environment is take what we have learned, the environmental awareness around us, take that and actually take it home, teach people there, and make sure that it doesn't just stay in the lecture room at the hall. Make sure that you actually teach the next person that actually, no, don't throw that away. When somebody throws something away, just say no, don't do that. Hold on to it until you get back home. Yeah.
Mpho, I'd like us to now focus our attention on the safety aspects, to look at the relationship between litter, illegal dumping, and safety in our communities. So in your experience, or in terms of your thoughts, can you share with us how would you feel, or what is the outlook out there if you find yourself in an environment or a community that is full of littering and illegal dumping?
Yeah. At first you feel uncomfortable. No one likes to be around, litter. So you feel uncomfortable. And then around the safety parts as well is that when there's litter everywhere, you're not sure what's on the ground. Then there's kids running around. There could be glass. So that's a hazard. And it's also a fire hazard because of the amount of waste that's around. And if something were to start, everything will catch on. It is an unsafe kind of environment as well. Thinking about it, it's very, very tricky because when it comes to safety, people will have this outlook on the environment that you're in, where there's dumping, where there's litter, and you think that there's just a lot of crime happening there as well. You think, it also can be a space for people, for criminal activities to take place because it's hidden. It's a lot of litter. You cannot see much of what's going on. So the safety parts of littering and illegal dumping comes around on different aspects. It's the part whereby you're just uncomfortable, crime, and physically could be a hazard for yourself. Yeah,
it's quite interesting because we're going to talk about the human behavior just now as well. But if you look at the areas, because we're talking about littering inequality, there's some spaces in our country that are clean and neat, and there's some spaces in our country that are filtered with waste and illegal dumping.
Yes.
But when it's clean and neat, it feels safe, but the minute it's dirty, it's full of illegal dumping, and then there's the safety elements because the crime is related, if it's not clean, then people can hide or do funny things, around that. So I just want to talk about the human behavior, in your observations. It's very interesting if you look at, when people walk around Sandton City or around the Sandton area, it's clean, it's neat. There could be bins around, but in other communities, it's not as clean, and we've touched on safety. So if you look at our human behavior, what are your thoughts if you look at the two different environments?
I think it's because just looking into like my personal life and my personal journey, with me and my sister, every time we like in a public space and we look around and there's no bin, we hold on to our litter until we go home. Whereas people would sometimes then look around and be like, oh, no one is watching, let me just throw it to the side. So sometimes people, what's the word I'm looking for? They more want convenience over caring. So it's a thing of like, what can I do right now to dispose of my litter? There's no bin around me, so I'm just going to toss it. So it's just that thing of looking for convenience and also confronting others when they're littering. I think I also touched on it around what the youth can do. Confronting others, it's very, it's a very difficult thing for you to be there and you see someone litter and you just, they're like, no, pick up what you just threw away, especially when you see it's a space whereby people just litter, because it's like, no, there's already litter here, who's going to tell me, but it's the thing of confronting others. You already see litter around you, so you just toss your litter. So the more there's like cleaner spaces, the more people are they lean more towards, let me hold on to my litter and then let me go home and then dispose of it there. So it really depends on the environment that you're in, the people that you're around. I think that's what dictates what kind of behavior you have around litter.
Yes, that's very, very interesting, because so what we're talking about is that because it's clean, it's the litter is not deserving to be thrown on the ground because it's not there. But in other spaces where there's lots of it, so you feel, or people feel that, okay, then I can throw my litter here because it's an established behavior. So it looks like as a country, as a people, as a community, so there's still a long way for us, because the interesting part about our country is that the same person that would be in a suburban area, I'm not saying all the suburban areas are clean, but would be in an area that is clean and will hold on to their litter because there's no space. But the same person could be moving into another space where there's litter all around and being able to just, throw their litter around. So there's still a lot of work that needs to be done around our human behavior. So now I'd like us just to shift our focus and then focus on the health-related issues around littering. In our communities, kids are free to play around anywhere, where it's safe, even in other communities when it's not safe. So I just want to hear your views about what are the health implications or health-related issues that can be ascribed to illegal dumping sites in particular.
Something that I found by viewing my environment that I live in and also from learning from Earth South Africa is that when it comes to litter, it contributes to literally everything, and health is one of those things. Being that said, when you litter, you don't necessarily it's not a thing of like you can guarantee that your litter will stay there. So sometimes it could move over and it could go into your rivers, into your water, and that could cause health problems with the water that you probably would consume. And then also around, like I had mentioned, you don't know what you're walking on. You could walk onto some glass and that could also cause injuries. And then another big aspect for me is the mental health that comes with that. When I'm personally in a space whereby it's messy, even at home, I can't work, I can't function. I have to, clean up and then work. But now when I go outside, there's a lot of litter. It's discouraging for you to do the things that you want to do. You want to sit outside, you want to enjoy nature. But how do you do that when there's so much litter around you? It's a demotivator.
No, indeed. And there's different things, that you can find in illegal dumping site, medical waste, all sorts of things. You talk about broken glass, you can be injured. The other thing is also there's a smell, in
That
other...
smell, yeah.
Yeah, so that smell cannot be comfortable, even it impacts also on the animal life,
Yes.
you find dead rats, and all of that. So it is an eyesore,
It is.
Yeah.
Especially like when it comes to, sometimes they just burn the litter and that all of that air pollution comes around and then you could get asthma. There's like so much that surrounds the whole health aspect.
Yes, yeah. So can you see now the illegal dumping side now? There's various elements and the burning, and we're talking about global warming and the quality of the air that we breathe, in urban spaces. So all of those they contribute. Mpho, I've been wondering. We've been talking about a lot of environmental challenges. I just want to hear what the viewer says about some of the challenges we have in our country. Which of the following was one of the biggest environmental problems for South African households, according to the 2018 Stats SA Household Survey? Option A, illegal dumping and littering. Option B, too many people trying to save the planet by hugging every tree. Option C, a national shortage of selfie sticks for eco-influencers. Option D, the collective stress of watching a snail crossing the road. Let's see your responses on the comments section. South Africa's energy mix is a big deal. What is the main source of our country's electricity, which is also a huge contributor to air pollution? Option A, solar power from our endless summer sun. Option B, a secret underground network of hamsters running on giant wheels. Option C, the burning of fossil fuels, mainly coal. And the last option, option D, capturing the static electricity from our national dance-offs. Let's hear your comments on the comments section. South Africa is one of only 17 countries in the world considered mega diverse. That's a big deal. What does this mega diverse status mean for our country? Option A, we have more types of briarwood than anywhere else on Earth. Option B, we have a massive abundance of different species and ecosystems. Option C, our political landscape is more diverse than any other. And then the last option, option D, the sheer variety of excuses for most showing up to a meeting. Let's hear your comments on the comment section. Mpho, just to close off our discussion for this episode. So in terms of our youth, a very important segment of our country, what would be your parting shots or your encouragement to the youth to participate in keeping their communities clean?
Yeah, no, if they see a problem that they get bothered by, I think that's the best time for you to, take action, which is something that I've done myself as well. And to also raise awareness wherever they are in every space that they are in, raise awareness around the environment, how to keep it clean. Yeah.
Wonderful. That's awesome. So we hope that it's going to be a lot of youth that are now going to be encouraged to start to participate and keep their communities clean.
No, definitely. If they want to start a cleanup, go on ahead, get the community involved. I think that's the best way to approach it.
No, wonderful. Mpho, as a token of appreciation for the great work that you are doing out there and spending time with us in this episode, we'd like to say thank you to you and thank you for the great work that you are doing on the communities in South Africa. This is a folder made out of recyclable plastics, like water bottles and cool drinks. So you can put your documents in there. And all the best with your Miss Earth South Africa.
Thank you. Thank you very much. This was actually very cute. Yeah, no, thank you very much. I'm happy to have been a part of this episode. Yeah.
Thank you for watching this episode. See you next time.